Hey everybody, GC13 here. Kelsey of the Stump is a valiant warrior. She's faced many great foes during her adventures and has vanquished some, while coming up short against others. No foe, however, has proven as challenging for Kelsey as Maya, King Xavier's BFF. It was early in Season 2, during the two-part episode The Other Side, that we first met Maya. It was in that same episode that she first fought Kelsey and beat her, ruthlessly. Kelsey fights with heart and fury, but here, Maya is using pure skill. She's an older, experienced warrior, and Kelsey never stands a chance. When they met again in Sugar Smugglers, Kelsey thought she was ready. After Maya discovered Craig's ruse, Kelsey sprung out and was able to hit her with a powerful strike before she realized what was happening. But that wasn't how she wanted to win.
Remember me?
Kelsey wanted to fight. But it turned out that she hadn't left the impression on Maya that Maya had left on her.
No, not really.
What?
And maybe there's a reason for that. Kelsey started off eager to face Maya one-on-one, but while she was reconsidering her life choices as Maya approached her menacingly, the Green Poncho showed up to make the assist. They attacked her together, but even the combined strength of two great heroes wasn't enough to stop Maya. It was only thanks to some quick thinking and a rotten egg arrow that they were able to get away at all. After Sugar Smugglers, Kelsey and Maya won't cross blades again until Xavier invades, but Crook of the Creek doesn't let you forget that Maya is a big deal. She features front and center in the Green Poncho's backstory, which also showcases how far both she and Omar have come as fighters in the past 3 years. Nor does it let you forget that Kelsey herself is a great warrior. When the Stump Kids cross over to the other side in search of presence and glory, they find themselves up against Xavier's champions, 3 kids with powers far beyond those of ordinary children. While Craig and his cousin Bryson can't hope to compete with the abilities of their opponents, though being a rule goal helps if all you care about is taking the win, Kelsey shows no fear when she lines up against Aggie, the Squashinator. And it looks like she might not need to fear her. Kelsey scores the first point in their joust easily. But the Squashinator is a champion, not some rando. Before Kelsey can react, Aggie destroys her pool noodle and sends her flying. Though not as part of the joust, so no point was scored. When they line up for the second round of the joust, Kelsey needs no weapon. She ducks Aggie's pool noodle and lays the champion low with a single swing of her sword. The young warrior was triumphant, but at a cost. It seems Kelsey finally left an impression on Maya when they fought in Sugar Smugglers, because this time, Maya recognized her sword. The Stump Kids were captured and sent to the maze, and it was only dinner time that saved them from a fight against the champions. That was just the start of Season 3, though. There were a lot of episodes before the big capture the flag finish, and Crook of the Creek doesn't let you forget Maya. Another flashback finishes the Green Poncho's backstory and shows Maya's final transition into being Xavier's BFF. Then, Winter Break shows Maya taking on a mission requiring more subtlety than you'd expect from such a dominant fighter. Maya's actions directly precede Xavier's invasion, being responsible for keeping Kit out of the creek. When Kelsey and Maya face each other down again, Kelsey is much more apprehensive. Maya is no Aggie. She's something else entirely. Still, the warrior finds her courage and charges, only to be shown once again how much better Maya is. Kelsey will bravely take the lead in raiding Xavier's candy, but when Maya shows up, she freezes completely. Thankfully, her team has her back, and they get her out of there. It wasn't the time, or the place. These two warriors couldn't have their climactic confrontation until the big game of Capture the Flag to determine the fate of the creek. As she and Maney gallop through the stink cloud and into enemy territory, Kelsey sees Maya pass her by. A warrior's keen senses, perhaps? Or proof of how scared she is of Maya? That's for the viewer to decide. What matters is that Maya succeeds in her mission. She destroys Carter's cardboard fort bot and is making her way back to the other side. The Green Poncho calls for Kelsey to cut her off, and Kelsey's inner monologue is as filled with fear as she is. She knows how badly she's been beaten in the past, and she knows her odds this time. A hero fights no matter what, though. The Green Poncho reminds her of that. Kelsey races off and makes it to the overpass just in time to block Maya's path. Kelsey may be shaking, but Maya isn't.
You scared of me? You should be.
Maya is too much for her, but Kelsey's spirit is legendary. She blocks the way long enough for not one, but 2 Green Ponchos to come to her aid. It's an epic battle, but the 3 great heroes finally manage to bring Maya down before Craig returns with the other side's flag. As the kids rejoice their victory, a dejected Maya leaves her cape behind and disappears into the creek. We certainly haven't seen the last of her. Surely she has to reconcile with Omar in the end. Still, before we get there, we might get one more fight between her and Kelsey. We never see her lose her bat, or lay it down. I think, this time, Kelsey can win. In all of their fights in the past, Maya had a position to protect. In the final game, it was only the thought of losing it all that gave her the strength to capture the flag in the first place.
Maya, you don't have to fight.
Maybe you don't, Omar? You have nothing left to lose.
Without that to drive her, to focus her, she won't be the foe she once was. The end of Season 3 showed us what it took to bring a fully powered Maya down. What Season 4 shows us remains to be seen. What do you guys think? Will Maya and Kelsey cross blades again? Will Kelsey be able to win? Let me know down in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more cartoon videos.